We're chit-chatting away. Welcome back to Bay Sunday. He is Bay Area through and through, raised for a few years in Vallejo, but basically San Francisco, and has been doing comedy since the ripe old age of 8. He's toured the country with the likes of Sinbad and Bill Bellamy, and a good friend of ours here at Bay Sunday. He'll make you laugh, and we're delighted to have him back. Say hi to Hannibal Thompson. How are you?
Good to be back, Frank.
Who was funny at 8 years old? How did you know this is what you wanted to do when you were 8?
I always been a big goofball, you know. I was big on the shows of the 90s, the Martins and the Fresh Prince of Bel-Airs and the, stuff like that. Even Seinfeld. I love just all comedic actors. I was big. The Wayans brothers. One of my favorites.
And at 8 years old, were you cracking jokes and working your little mini stand-up at home? That kind of, check this out, Mom.
I didn't really pay attention to stand-up until like 98, probably I was 11 or 12. But when I was 8, like you said, I didn't crack jokes. I did silly things. Yeah, like really, really silly things. Not like play with my spit silly things, but stuff to make people laugh. I didn't say too much.
No, your dad was a big stand-up fan, right? He would take you, or watch. He loved like Bernie Mac and Red Fox and that kind of thing. So you kind of had it in your blood, so to speak, didn't you?
Yeah, actually, Bernie Mac is the reason I started doing stand-up.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it was the Kings of Comedy in '98. My dad was, like I said, a huge stand-up fan, so he used to buy all the DVDs and watch all the specials. And the Kings of Comedy, I was watching the Kings of Comedy with him, and Bernie Mac was just hilarious.
Steve Harvey part of that too?
Steve Harvey was
Is he not fabulous? I mean,
yes,
I watch him now on Family Feud, and I just laugh my backside off.
He's really funny, and I always laugh at his bit that he does about the Titanic on the Kings of Comedy. That was part of my.
Do you remember it? I don't know it, but
when he was saying how he had a bit about how. They were still playing the violin on the boat as it was sinking.
It's true. Near my God to thee.
And he said that was, black people, everybody was rolling up and let's get out of here.
Let's get the heck off the damn boat.
I really love that bit.
Well, how about the Bay Area? How did that and how does that influence your comedy? Because very liberal in San Francisco, and how did that kind of make you who you are?
Well, the Bay Area is a really diverse place, especially San Francisco. And growing up here, you see just about everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. So nothing is really new to you when you leave here. But it's a strong market to get strong and build your set as a comedian, a really strong market.
And your comedy is kind of like everyday stuff, right? Stuff that happens, your family, just life, right?
Yes, I'm big on culture. I talk about culture. I talk about, like I said, my family. I keep it personal. I talk about myself a lot. I'm an insult comic, so I talk about myself a lot. A lot in my family, and I try not to dig into stuff. I'm not going to cross that line.
Not yet. Well, does your family say, what's up with that, Hannibal? Or are they like, you go?
No, not at all, actually. They laugh with me. That's the beauty of it. I think that's why I'm so goofy, because everybody in my family, from my mom's side to my dad's side, everybody's just goofy,
We've got a bad homeless problem here in the Bay Area, especially in San Francisco, which kind of blew me away. You had a little fun with that. I was watching on YouTube a little bit.
Yes, because as a teenager, we used to always have problems running around the city, just having fun, doing what teenagers do. We used to have a lot of problems with the homeless people in San Francisco, and they're very rude. So, just writing my material and thinking about when I was younger than now, and I came up with a bit about how homeless people was very rude, and I used to do, tricky, not mean things, but tricky things to them, just to bother them. The ones that was rude to me, just to bother them a little bit. That's about it. Really,
it's true. I mean, I've given them a $1, and they say, I can't buy anything with this, and it's like,
exactly.
Dude, where I came from, man, you say thank you, I'll take that back. What's up with that?
That's rude. They do stuff like, they ask for $1, and you don't have $1. You give them 50 cents. Exactly. What do I want to do with that? That's what they do that a lot.
Not easy being a comedian. You travel a lot, and I mean, you got to do your homework too, right? You got to be up on current events. And do you tailor your shows? I know you're doing some shows here in the city, but you're also going to be in Omaha, Nebraska. Do you bone up on Nebraska here in a couple of weeks, or what?
Yeah, when I get to the city, I usually walk around the city, scan the city, get a feel of the city, just read the city basically. It's like reading my crowd. And I throw in a few bits about the city, but other than that, I keep it personal, keep it about myself. I want the people to know Hannibal Thompson,
You got to perform. When that light goes on, here's Hannibal Thompson. You come out, it's like, man, I don't feel it tonight. I asked Will Durst the same thing. How do you bring it when you may not want to?
When people pay to come see you.
You bring it.
You bring it, that's how you build your audience, and I have fun doing it. I'm still pretty young, I'm in my 20s still, so I still got a bunch of energy, so I have fun even if I'm on 2 hours of sleep and I got to go on stage, I still have a lot of fun.
So you love it.
I love it. Oh,
yeah.
yes, I love it.
How about your son? You've got a young son, right?
Young daughter.
Young daughter.
Yes.
What does she say about Daddy the comedian?
She can't wait to come to a show.
No kidding.
She asks me all the time, Daddy, can I come to your show? No, not yet, baby.
Does she give you material at all? You must have some fun with that, too.
Oh, yes, she gives me material alone just about the way she acts, you know. She gives me material alone.
Quick plug, where are you next?
My next show is here in the Bay Area, actually, at the Great Star Theater, April the 18th, down in Chinatown.
All right, Hannibal Thompson, always a pleasure. Good
Always
to see
a pleasure.
you.
Thank you.
Good to see you. And your Twitter name again is?
I am Hannibal T, and check out my website, HannibalThompson.com.
I'm going to do that for you right now. For more information about upcoming gigs with Hannibal Thompson, log on to HannibalThompson.com, Hannibal2WinsThompson.com. Good show. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week right here on Bay Sunday. Enjoy your weekend, and take care, everybody.